This game is underway. A spinning kick be taken by Fisher rather, at the 10, up to the 15, 20. Found the seam to the 30-yard line, and that's where he is drugged down to the turf. Will Crawley all on the stop with a host of other Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, one of the others was Jerry Jones. He's one of the other speedsters back there. And if Michael Johnson was back there, Jerry Jones is the only hope the Yellow Jackets would have in catching him. And Jerry Jones got to him.
You know, he's doing pretty good keeping his grades up while managing America's team. The quarterback tonight, Rob Martin for the Pearce Mustangs. One man in the backfield, 4 wideout set. The man is Steven Salvin on 1st and 10 for the Stangs from the 30-yard line. Just underway, no score. 1st and 10 from the Mustang 30 for Rob Martin. The man in motion. He'll turn, hands it off Salvin, and he'll spin at the line of scrimmage. Spin again for 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and about 8 yards to go. On the stop for the Yellow Jackets, tackle by committee, and I believe Vincent Rhodes in on the stop, along with David McAdams, the linebacker for the Jackets. A beautiful fall evening, the moon shining, not a cloud in the sky, the flag hanging limp, and the temperature absolutely delightful.
It is gorgeous. We've actually got a breeze right through here in the press box for a change. That's nice.
About the only downside is the ragweed in the air, and you and I are both suffering. Rob Martin with Salvin behind him, 4 receiver look. 2nd down, 7.5 to go for the Mustangs. He'll send a man in motion, turns, throws. He's got his man at the 31, up to the 35, still going 30 to the 45-yard line. Goes Todd Pinkston on the reception, and it is a completion and a 1st down, a pickup of about 12 yards for Pinkston on the pass, catch, and run.
Will Crawley was so worried about the wide receiver and pushing him back to the line of scrimmage that the ball carrier just simply ran right past him, and he never even saw him.
The big bright spot for the Yellow Jackets this year, gentlemen, has been the defense, and they're going to be called upon tonight to play very well once again. Rob Martin, the senior quarterback, leads the Stangs to the line. An unbalanced look, 3 receivers left, 1 to the right side. The ball at the 45. Salvin will split. Rob Martin drops to the shotgun formation, and now it's a quick handoff. Salvin, and he is going to have his feet taken out from under him behind the line of scrimmage by Vincent Rhodes. It's a loss of 1, 2nd and 11 coming up.
Yeah, he just simply tripped. Had he been able to catch his feet and go to the left, because Rhodes didn't actually make the tackle, he just fell right over him.
Will Crawley getting the defensive signals and relaying them to his teammates on the field. The Jackets, a little different look this year in the secondary. They've gone from the man coverage that they've played for the last several years, a lot of zone this year, and that'll be a big factor tonight, perhaps, against this pass-happy offense of the Mustangs. 4 wide out, look, 2nd down and 9. They give him a yard progress. Salvin behind Martin. Martin back to pass. Pressure comes. He launches it downfield, and it's incomplete, but a flag is going to be thrown. It is going to go against Robert Jackson for pass interference. Our opinion is, don't think he could have gotten there.
Yeah, I don't think that was going to be able to have been hauled in had he not been interfered with, but they got their feet kind of tangled up with.
Let's check down with our Grayson County area-wide directory man, Jason Smith. Jason?
It looks like they are going to wave it off according to Crawley's reaction on the field, and yes, they do.
And the home crowd responds. Good call. Certainly, I think everybody on this side of the field agrees with that.
If you're a Jacket fan, it's a great call. People on the other side are up screaming, yelling on the far side for J.J. Pearce.
You know, it's quite an improvement that they were up screaming. A few years ago, they wouldn't have even been here. Pearce really was the doormat of North Dallas as far as 4A programs go. And Bobby Reyes has really turned that program around. They didn't make the playoffs last year despite starting 5-0. They lost 3 of their last 5 in that rugged District 13 4A, but they're looking to get the playoffs this year.
You know, we went over to J.J. Pearce last year expecting to win that football game.
Handily.
Yeah, and the Jackets really were upset.
3rd down and 9 from the 46 for the Mustangs. No score early on in the first quarter on Katy Country. Lynn Burkhead and Monte Walker with you. Rob Martin, the quarterback for the Mustangs. He drops, wants to throw on 3rd and long, throws. Got his man caught. 1st down reception. And the Jackets are there immediately to make the tackle, but it's going to be a 1st down reception. And on the catch for the Mustangs is Kyle Simmons, the 5'10", 180-pound senior. He's one of the go-to guys. 9 receptions this year, 101 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he got another one there.
Ronnie Powell just playing a little bit too loose over there at that far side cornerback spot. Had he been right up on the man, he probably could have denied the football, but playing a little bit too loose in that zone.
Yeah, there's that zone coverage. It used to be the Jackets played bump and grind from the line, man coverage. They're playing a lot of zone this year. And that time, as you mentioned, just a little bit too much cushion for Ronnie Powell. It's a 1st down for the Mustangs. 9:42 to go in the first quarter. No score. A new set of downs for Rob Martin, the senior quarterback. Sowen behind him, 4 receiver look. And Sowen changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Quick throw to Kyle Simmons, and he is breaking free to the 40, 35, stumbled to the 31, and it's another first down for the Mustangs on the first drive of the night with 9:26 to go. No score, but the Mustangs intent on changing that.
Kyle Simmons, the man who made that catch, is a 5'10", 180-pound senior. He's the possession receiver and the go-to guy. They have another guy named Ricky Wegner on the other side who's a deep threat, and he has speed to burn. The other guy, Mr. Wegner, can really fly. It'd be like the Alvin Harper-Michael Irvin tandem.
Well, the Jackets last week bent a few times but didn't break much until the late stages of the game when they were just simply exhausted. They're bending here, but let's see if they can stop the break. Sowen will get the toss from Rob Martin at the 40, turns it up, 35, flag on the play, 2 flags, probably holding, as Sowen is spun to the ground at the 26-yard line. That one, I'm afraid, or at least for the Mustangs, is going to come back.
That was Christian Brown, Casey Braxton, both over to make the tackle. Robert Jackson also on there. Robert Jackson so far is the tackle leader. He's got 28 unassisted tackles. Along with 14 assisted tackles for a total of 42, and that leads this ball club.
We're going to have an injury update in just a moment from our Grayson County sideline man. One of the cheerleaders has gone down. And she's going to be carted off the field, so we'll get an update there. It's going to be a mark off of 15 from the spot of the foul after the holding, a 10 rather, from the line of scrimmage. Scores to update you on. The Bearcats, hey, they're 3-0 after their overtime win against McKinney. 7-0 in the lead over Sulphur Springs in the first. Last night, Ryder up, ending Denton 24-21, that in overtime. No score here. First down and 20 for the Mustangs as Rob Martin drops, wants to pass. He's got time. He throws it. It's incomplete. Overthrew his intended receiver, Stephen Bedford, at the 25-yard line. Second down and 20 coming up.
Lots of pressure on Martin coming from Casey Braxton. It came on that outside linebacker blitz. Braxton came right in his face and Martin really had to get rid of it very quick.
Flag is down on the far sideline, and that is usually an indication at the line of scrimmage that somebody jumped. It's offsides against Denison, and it'll be repeating first down, and instead of first and 20, it'll now be first and 15. Jackets have had a relatively penalty-free year. That's a big change from last year. The penalty bug has not really bitten the Jackets. It's just mistakes like turnovers and poor decisions that has bit the Yellow Jackets in the heel this year.
But that's expected from a young football team. You can't expect this team to be, have the senioritis that you would normally ask for Denison, but they just don't. They have a lot of sophomores out there.
Jackets with a tight defensive look to the line. First down and 15. Martin back to pass, pressure up the middle. Martin throws it downfield, got a man. He's open, caught inside the 15. That's Kyle Simmons who falls and makes the grab. Looked like somebody might have forgotten their coverage assignment over there.
Yeah, he was on the far side. Normally that's Ronnie Powell at the quarterback position, and hovering over from the safety position is Robert Jackson. They must have got crossed on that play.
Jason, our Grayson County area-wide man, looked like a blitz package by the Jackets that time. Might have gotten stung.
That is for sure.
Jackets had the blitz on that time. It burned them a little bit. It is now first down and 10 from the 12 for the Mustangs. 4 wideouts, 3 to the left, 1 to the right, heading left to right on the radio dial. No score, but the Stangs on the move. Pitch out to Sowen. He'll haul it in to the 10, turns it up to the 5, and he's wrestled out of bounds there. The Yellow Jackets, Ronnie Powell on the stop, and it'll be a big pickup. Second down at about 4 coming up. 8:21 to go in the first as Sowen goes out of bounds and stops the clock. They'll actually say he stepped on the sideline at the 7, so second and 5 upcoming. No score, 8:21 to go in the first, but the Stangs inside the Denison 10.
Here's the first big test for Denison's defense to see if they can stop him and hold him back, turn him the other way.
Jackets to the line of scrimmage defensively. The Mustangs offensively. Again, that 3-1 unbalanced look left to right. Sowen, the lone man in the backfield. Tight look to the right for the Mustangs as the quarterback, Martin, calls for the ball. Hands it off. Sowen. Vincent Rhodes corralling him from behind. And Shelly Pitts also getting in on the stop, as does Johnny Hoover. And it's a no gainer or a short gainer. And it sets up third down at about 5 yards to go at the 6.5-yard line.
Rhodes, a sophomore, playing like a senior. Vincent Rhodes on that defensive line was right there at the line of scrimmage, took him down immediately.
Can the Jackets make the goal line stand? 4 receiver look, 1 back. Sowen behind Martin. Quick throw, and Kyle Simmons is into the end zone for the touchdown. Check that, Todd Pinkston. It was just a quick route as Pinkston was in motion, and Martin snapped the football, and Pinkston took one step, caught it in stride, and went untouched into the end zone. It was 7:50 to go in the first quarter of play. Not the way the Jackets wanted to start this game. 6-0 is the Mustang lead. That's how the Mustangs got off last week, a very fast start, or last year, and they ended up running it up over 30 on the Yellow Jackets. The Mustangs, the swinging gate. Looks like they're going to go ahead and kick the field goal. Stephen Beathard, the kicker, Pinkston, the holder. Good snap, good hold, and Beathard's kick is through the upright. 7-0, the new score, 7:50 to go in the first quarter of play here on KMKT 93.1 FM. Stay tuned. Denison Yellow Jacket football continues in a moment. You know, I normally don't do this, but I leaned down, and there's a pretty good-looking woman over here to my right, along with three kids. I happen to be married to her. I wonder where that was going. Cable 1 kickoff. Beathard is going to drive it back to the goal line. Believe this is Hines coming out. Look out, 15, 20, 25, 30, to the 40, cutting up at the 45, and tackled in Pearce territory at the 49-yard line. Anthony Hines. Robert Jackson, rather, on the kick return. That is a 48-yard kick return, and Jackson was shot out of the cannon. If he had one block downfield, he would have gone the distance.
Oh, what a run. And he kind of hesitated a little when he got to about the 45-yard line. Thought about trying to make a cut. When he did, that gave time for the other guy to come catch up to him and drag him down. If he had not hesitated, he would have been gone.
Well, the Jackets get into Mustang territory. 1st and 10 for Rob Crawley. This is a 2-tight, 1-back look for the Yellow Jackets. Crawley, quick throw. He's going to be tackled from behind as he pulled it back in. Sacked in the backfield for a 4-yard loss. He pumped to Brenton Nesbitt, and I think Nesbitt either was caught up in traffic or didn't run the right route.
Tough play to start the offensive series out, the offensive game out, is the big sack for 4 yards. But at least it's not a 5-step drop and a sack of about 10 yards.
Yellow Jackets this year in the sack department have given up 10 coming into the game for 74 yards. Now make it 11 for 78. 2nd down, 14. The ball at the 46 of Denison, 47 rather. And Crawley's going to hand it off to Hines up the middle, 50 to the 45. Lowers the shoulder and pounds his way to the 44-yard line of J.J. Pearce. Anthony Hines showing a little oomph that we haven't seen much this year.
That's true. He got to the hole really quickly. Usually we've seen a lot of Anthony Hines trying to dance around a little bit and trying to make things happen, but that time he just hit the hole hard and ran for about 8 yards.
So after 2 weeks of 5 wide, the Jackets come back to the I-back offense. Now they'll send 4 men out, 3rd down and long. 3rd down at about 4 yards to go. Crawley from the shotgun, flanked by Pritchard. 4 wide out look. Crawley, he's going to keep it on the quarterback draw. That's the 1st down and more. 35, 30 to the 25. Flag of the play. Crawley down at the 23-yard line.
Nice draw. That was set up very nicely. Didn't have any intentions of throwing the football whatsoever. And we'll check the flag and see what that is.
Our Grayson County area-wide directory man, Jason, what do you think? Flag was thrown pretty deep in the secondary.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the areas of holding against the Jackets, and it's going to cost the Jackets about 10 on that one.
Well, it should be from the spot of the foul, and that should be still a 1st down carry by Crawley. We'll have to check the spot of the foul. Looks like they're going to mark it from the 26.
Yeah, that should be a 1st down. I think they're going to mark it down finally about the 37, which is still about 2 yards enough for the 1st down, and it is.
Yep. So the Jackets get the initial 1st down of the night, come back with a quick huddle, not the no huddle, but a quick huddle, and go back to the 4 wide lookout. Pritchard, the lone man in the backfield. He'll flank Crawley on the right side. 1st and 10 from the 37 of J.J. Pearce. 6:18 to go in the first. 7-0 Pearce in the lead. The Jackets trying to answer on their first possession of the night here on Katy Country. Crawley from the shotgun. It's the quick hitter inside to Pritchard. Broke 1 tackle but couldn't break the 2nd or 3rd. And he goes down for a loss of about a half yard. 2nd down and 11 coming up. The Yellow Jackets really mixing it up well tonight so far.
Yeah, they came out in the I formation first, and then they are trying to throw the ball a little bit now. Now they are showing trips to the far side with 3 receivers.
Yeah, that unbalanced look. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. That would be Gabe Carter. Crawley from the shotgun. He'll flare it out to Pritchard, who catches it, turns it up to the 40, and gets out of bounds around the 36-yard line. So a short gain. Going to set up 3rd down and long. The Jackets 1 for 1 tonight in 3rd down conversions on the year. They are now 12 out of 46. That's about a .246 percentage. That has certainly hurt the Jackets, and one reason they're so low in that percentage is because they've had a lot of third and long.
They have had a lot of third and longs, and normally when you do that, and Coach Brown has a history of running the draw play on third and long, which doesn't net a lot of yards.
Richard in the backfield in the shotgun formation with Crawley, 3rd down and 10. And this is going to be the draw to Pritchard, but he bounces out. Look out to the 30. Plows his head forward across the 30 to the 26. It's going to be real close to the first down, the 27. And hey, you called the play, but it was a different back than we've normally seen. It wasn't Hines or Jackson. It was Pritchard, and he just lowered the shoulder and bam, just way downfield.
Yeah, I also said that play doesn't net a lot of yards, but it's going to be close to the first down on this play as it got maybe 10.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to measure close. And let's let him do it for the first time tonight. Jason Smith, our Grayson County area-wide directory man. Jason, are they going to measure?
Yes, guys, I believe that they are, but I do believe, unfortunately, that they are going to be just a hair short this time.
Well, we got a left-footed spot last week, and it's the right-footed spot now going right to left that could cost the Jackets. But you know what? I think they got it.
It's very, very close.
First and it is a first down. As Red Cashin used to say.
Got it by the nose of the football.
So the Jackets pick up their second first down of the evening. Trail 7-0, 5:18 to go in the first quarter. Here on KMKT, Lynn, Burkhead, and Monte Walker. Thank you for spending your Friday evening with us tonight. Denison on the move, trying to tie this football game up. I formation look, Hines and Pritchard behind Crawley. Tight look to the right, 2 receivers near side. This is a deep handoff. Hines running left, breaking free at the line of scrimmage. A late flag on the play as Hines made it down near the 17 or 16-yard line. But it's coming back, I'm afraid. Looks like a holding infraction against the Jackets.
There's the mistakes we were talking about.
Well, when the back judge chunks the flag at the center, you know that's not good.
Not good at all, as they are going to mark it off. I look down in the stands and I see some radio talent down here. I see Chance Cody sitting on about the 3rd row, and I see...
I thought you said talent. So Chance could resist.
I see down here former voice of the Yellow Jackets, Commodore Wood, sitting about 4 rows from the back.
Whose grandson, Gabe Carter, is on the field tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Commodore, hello. I wish you would have brought your headphones and listened to us, because you could have heard us say hello to you.
3rd penalty of the night for the Jackets. Backs them up 1st and 20 from the 37. They're getting used to that yard marker. Crawley's going to turn, tosses to Hines. He's trying to weave his way to the left side, lowers the shoulder, and crosses the 30 to the 29. I tell you what, Anthony Hines showing a little authority tonight. We talked about it early on. No indictment upon him because he's a sophomore playing against seniors, but he lacked that will to go to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's true. I was saying earlier that he liked to shake and bake a lot and try to dance a little in the backgrounds and shake the tackles, but now he's really going right after them.
Jackets back in the 4 wide look. Gabe Carter along with Ronnie Powell to the near side. 2 receivers split wide to the right. High snap. Crawley hauls it in. Pressure comes. Tries to set the screen up. Hines has it at the 29, but he has nowhere to go. Holds onto the football to the 25, and it's going to be 3rd down at about 9 or 8. We'll call it 8 yards to go. Crawley did a good job of letting the pressure come to him and waiting for the play to develop. It was slow to develop. Hines did a good job of catching the ball high in traffic and hanging on.
Yeah, and Hines kind of hesitated there for a moment when he caught the ball. If he'd have just immediately turned around and head upfield instead of looking around and trying to dance. There he goes again. We were talking about him dancing a little bit, and he tried it on that play, only netted 2 yards.
2 out of 2 and 3rd down conversions for the Jackets. We'll see if they can make it 3 out of 3. The ball's on the 26, straight eye look, 2 tight set. A wing look to the right. This is going to be the wing back reversed, and they've got it snipped out to the Mustangs. It's a loss of 2 back to the 29-yard line, and that's Jerry Jones, or Christian Brown rather, on the reverse. And he lost yardage, so 4th down coming up. Decision time for Bob Brown, probably in that area that you don't want to punt, but do you try the field goal? It looks like Rusty Smith is going to come in the ball game and give it a try.
Yeah, Rusty Smith is lining it up. Looks like it's going to be probably about a 45-yard attempt as he lines it up right on the 35. So he's a right-footed kicker and also a bare-footed kicker.
Nesbitt to hold, and good snap. Smith's foot is into it. It's got plenty of distance. Is it true? From 45 yards out with 2:43 to go in the first. The Jackets are on the board. Rusty Smith nailing it through the uprights. Stay tuned. The Yellow Jacket football continues in a moment on 93.1 FM KMKT. 5-yard field goal, the third longest in school history. Fisher up the middle on the kick return across the 30 again and tackled around the 36-yard line. That's the third longest field goal, ladies and gentlemen, in Denison High School history. A 45-yarder from Rusty Smith to take the Pearce lead down to 7-3. Let's check down with our Grayson County area-wide man, Jason Smith. Jason, the home crowd and the home sidelines getting pretty pumped after that effort.
That's right, they really are. You know, the last time they were here, they seen the Jackets pull off a victory, and they're hoping to do the same tonight.
Cody Mitchell back in 95, believe that was a 48-yard field goal, 53, excuse me, at Wichita Falls for the school record. I was there at that game. Rob Martin's going to hand it off. Fisher, a new back in the backfield, heading left, circling his way across the 40-yard line. Big pickup on first down. That's kind of a strange play. Fisher actually started heading backwards, kind of made almost a fishhook kind of loop as he tried to bounce it outside. Finally did and picked up, looks like about 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, that was a nice play. I'm still in awe over the 45-yard field goal.
Yeah, I know, because you never kicked one quite that far. Almost. Go ahead.
42.
The Howe school record.
Howe High School.
Howe High School.
Which is homecoming tonight down in Howe. So everybody listening down there, hello.
Go Bulldogs. Rob Martin is going to hand it off Fisher, and he's hit. The ball's loose, and the Yellow Jackets as Jackson takes it in. Howard Jackson ruffles in from 46 yards out, and it's a Yellow Jacket touchdown.
Oh, what a play by Howard Jackson, picking the ball up behind the line of scrimmage after the ball was fumbled, scampered all the way to the end zone. What a play.
And the Jackets have the lead, 9-7. Smith's back on the field trying to kick through the uprights for the second time in less than a minute, and it'll give the Jackets a 10-7 lead. David McAdams, the linebacker for Denison, hitting Fisher, knocking the ball free, and Jackson did the rest. Smith's on. Nesbitt has the hold down, and this kick is true. 1:45 to go in the first. We've got a brand new ball game at Muxon Stadium. 10-7. The Yellow Jackets lead. Don't go anywhere. The Yellow Jacket football continues in a moment. James Butler is going to kick the football off again, and he got some mustard into this one. It's going to drive Fisher back a yard deep in the end zone. Comes out to the 10, up to the 15, trying to find a seam. Does so, but he's going to be hauled down from behind. That kid can fly. He's hauled down to the 30 once again.
He carried Brenton Nesbitt and Christian Brown for about 6 yards on his back.
Number 8, Jerry Jones.
He hasn't looked that great in the backfield so far tonight, but he does on the kick returns. And the Mustangs scratching their head going, what happened? 1:32 to go in the first. They were up 7-0 just a few minutes ago, and now all of a sudden it's 10-7 Denison. That's the way we like it. Munson Stadium, the friendly confines. The Jackets looking for their second win of the season. Right now they've got a 10-7 lead, $1:32 to go in the first quarter here on Katy Country. Lynn, Burkhead, Monte Walker, Kevin Farr, Dale Davis, and Jason Smith with you tonight. Thanks for joining us. First and 10 for Rob Martin. Sowen back in the ball game. And Martin is going to turn, hands it off Sowen. He'll try to bounce it out to the left. He's being chased by Jackets, but they couldn't quite get there before he turned the corner. It's a 5-yard pickup. Giving chase for Denison was Raymond Smith, the linebacker for the Jackets, and it'll be a pickup of nearly 5 yards. Second down and 5 coming up for the Mustangs.
Howard Jackson checking back into the ball game on defense. Casey Braxton coming out, so Howard will play that deep secondary position.
First defensive touchdown of the season, and the first since Shelly Pitts took a punt, took a fumble against Pearce in week 1 of last year. All the way back. That's the first defensive touchdown in over 12 months against Hershey. That's right. Martin back to pass. Got a man wide open. That's Simmons at the 45. Spins his way to the 47-yard line. The Jackets playing that soft zone, and they left Simmons wide open. It's the first down for the Mustangs. The Jackets a little slow on the defensive side of the ball as far as recognizing these pass routes. But when the ball is being run, they're hitting hard in the hole.
You know, we haven't seen a lot of the other receivers so far tonight. Wegner is the big go-to guy, the big play guy, and he's not been on the field yet, I don't believe. We'll check and see where he's at tonight.
Actually, I think he's wearing a cast on the far sideline. This is a handoff. Sowen hit at the line, and he has nowhere to go. The Jackets finish him off. Let's see who got the
Anthony Washington.
Shoestring. That's what I'm looking for. Johnny Hoover did, and I think it was Raymond Smith. It was Raymond Smith that finished him off. Yeah, He's on the sidelines in street clothes wearing a cast on his right arm. We'll get our Grayson County area wide man Jason Smith to check that out in just a moment. The receiver, Ricky Wegner, their speedster. The quarter has come to an end. It has been an exciting first quarter. 10-7, the Jackets in the lead. Stay tuned, the second quarter coming up next. Yellow Jacket football continues in Katy Country after this timeout.
Welcome back to Munson Stadium. Pearce over center now has the ball. Martin, the quarterback, is going to roll out to the right. He's got Washington chasing him, rolling. Now he turns the corner. He's going to get about 5 yards before finally being brought out of bounds by Casey Braxton on the far side.
You know, you do that rather well. I guess that's what I missed a few weeks ago when I was up in North Dakota.
Hey, we had to do something. You were gone. You know, we panicked. So, hey, they just threw me in the position and threw me into the fire.
Yeah, they're talking about throwing into the fire. What's this 42-yard high school record for? Our man Dale Davis here, my buddy here, 18, count them, 18 tackles against Sherman.
Hey, we've got a lot of records up here in the booth, don't we?
Match that.
We've got some athletes up here. We've got to plug ourselves. Somebody else is going to do it.
That is definitely true. Third down and about 5. Martin in the shotgun, back to pass. Pressure comes, rolls right, throws on the run. Got his man caught for the first down. That is Kyle Simmons. They got to find an answer out for him. He is getting wide open. 11:47 to go in the half. 10-7. The Jackets in the lead, but a new first down for the Mustangs.
Lynn, we've got 11:47. Denison has already scored 10 points in the first quarter. So far this year, they'd only scored 14 all year in the first quarter. Now they've almost matched that.
We're in the second quarter now. 10-7. The Jackets in the lead after a 43-yard fumble return for a touchdown by Howard Jackson. Martin back to pass. Pressure all around him. Chunks one deep. It's a wounded duck, and it falls incomplete. Well, that ball had interception written all over it, but it also had touchdown written on it. Kyle Simmons streaking down the sidelines in double coverage. Let's check down with our Grayson County area-wide man, Jason Smith. Jason, any update on Ricky Wegner, why he is out of the ball game?
Oh, yes, Lynn. I talked to one of their trainers on their sidelines. They said that Wegner had broken his hand and looks to be a minimum of a 6-week injury.
That is a blow to the Mustangs' hope for a district title and a trip to the playoffs for the first time since 1979, I believe, 89 rather. Second down and 10 after the incompletion. Flags on the play. Too much time is the indication. And talking about time, it's time for our trivia question.
That's right. State Farm agent Jim McClure trivia question tonight. Name the Denison quarterback who holds the single game record for the most passing yards in a game versus J.J. Pearce. First person to call 465-6200 with the correct answer will win dinner for 2 or lunch for 2, your choice, at the Cotton Patch.
I know the answer. Can I call?
No. 465-6200. Get on the phones now.
I hate that rule. Second down and 15 after the illegal procedure. Martin up under center, audibling, stepping back in the shotgun formation. Back to pass. Blitz, look up the middle. He's got to run, and he's going to be corralled from behind momentarily, then breaks free, still roaming to the sidelines, and is chased out of bounds at the 35. Somebody, I think it was Johnny Hoover, got a paw full of jersey, but he couldn't hang on.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that was. Will Crawley's finally the guy who slung him out of bounds at the 35.
Going to set up third down and 8, the ball at the 35. Very important series of downs for the Jackets. If they can stop the Mustangs, they've got the lead in an offense brimming with confidence right now. The Jackets have gotten their third down 2 out of 3 times. The Mustangs 3 out of 3. And all 3 times it's been number 8 to number 6. It's been Martin to Simmons. We'll see if that combination hooks up again. Third and 8 from the 35 of Denison. 10-7. The Jackets in the lead. A man in motion. That's Pinkston. And Martin's back to pass. Pressure comes. He has to step out of the pocket. He is going to break free for the first down. It's going to be close. There is a penalty marker laying at the 35-yard line. The Jackets all over the place in the blitz package. They just can't close the deal yet.
Martin, as soon as he dropped back, was looking at Simmons the whole way. Wanted to go to Simmons the whole time. Simmons apparently was covered very nicely by Ronnie Powell downfield because he just simply tucked it under and ran. And that was a coverage run, if you will, because he simply had to just tuck it and run.
Todd Pinkston, he's going over trying to be the chairman of the officiating crew meeting at the 26-yard line. Looks like according to him, it's going to go against the Yellow Jackets, but it's at the line of scrimmage. Could be, it's a face mask against Denison, and that should be tacked on after the run, so that's going to be enough for the first down. So another mistake will keep the Pearce drive alive after the Jackets had held Martin 2 yards shy of the first down.
Here's another test for the Jackets as they're starting to penetrate deep into Yellow Jacket territory. Now we'll call it on the 21. We'll see if the Jackets can step up and make a big play here.
First and 10 from the Denison 21, 11:22 to go in the half, 10-7, Denison leading. Quick throw, Pinkston, he's got it, breaks free, 20 is, there's a flag though, and it's going to be Pinkston driven down to the turf at the 10. I believe that could be an illegal pick coming up against the Mustangs because it occurred as Kyle Simmons threw a block right at the corner as Pinkston rounded the bend. And it is going to be against the Mustangs. I think that's the call, and the legal pick.
Well, you can run your route, but you cannot throw the block out there. You can run your route, and as long as you're not trying to block, you can pick somebody, but you can't try to throw the block, and I think that's what Mr. Simmons did.
Official call is holding. Kind of in layman's terms, you call that a pick because you pick the defender from who's coming over to cover the receiver. You pick him from being able to complete his coverage.
Right.
And that's why it's illegal.
Well, it works if you do it correctly. And there's a way to get around it and do it right, but apparently they didn't do it right.
Fortunately for the Yellow Jackets. First and 20 now. The ball, or 18 is what they'll mark it officially. The ball back at the 29-yard line. So a penalty fest all of a sudden tonight between Pearce and Denison. 10-7, Denison in the lead. This is going to be a handoff. Samwin running up the middle. Look out. Where did he get so wide open? Up to the 15, inside the 10, running unabated from the 29 to the 10-yard line. How did that happen?
That was a very quick-hitting play as he hit the hole very hard. No juking and dancing for him as he was straight up the gut. Will Crawley was finally able to bring him down inside the 10.
I didn't even think he had the ball for a moment, and it's a first down. First and 10 at the 10, and it's going to be first and goal. So the Mustangs cannot get a first. They have to get a touchdown or a field goal or turn it over on downs. Those are the three options, rather. Martin with a full wide-out look, Samwin behind him. First and goal from the Denison 10-yard line, 10-7 Jacket lead. Martin's going to throw the fade route to the corner of the end zone, overthrows everybody, including the intended receiver. That would be Kyle Simmons. Somebody's got to figure Simmons out because that's all they've got through the air.
And they're placing him all over the field, not only bringing him to the near side, they're also throwing him out on the far side. Now, I think since they have their other big play guy, Wegner, out of the football game with a cast on his hand, I think they're just kind of moving him around a lot.
Also might be trying to lull the Yellow Jackets asleep a little bit by ignoring everybody else.
He's going to be one-on-one with Christian Brown on this play.
Second and goal from the 10. Martin runs the option. Samwin's got it to the 10, cuts it inside the 5, and the Denison lead's gone. 13-7 is the score, or 13-10 rather, when 10:31 to go as Samwin goes in from 10 yards out. Not a very good defensive series for the Yellow Jackets there. They gave up a first down on a penalty. And that is those young mistakes that continue to haunt the Jackets. And there's nobody more frustrated than the Denison coaching staff. They've got to get these youngsters to quit making mistakes in key times. And after stopping Rob Martin short of the first down, a face mask penalty gave the Mustangs new life. They lead 13-10 after converting the red zone opportunity into a touchdown, and they are a Steve Beathard PAT away from taking a 14-10 lead. Kyle Simmons checking into the ball game. Todd Pinkston, the holder. They might have some kind of fake PAT on, trying to get a 5-point lead. I'm not sure what that would get them, but they're going to kick the PAT, and it is right through the middle. 10:31 to go in the first half. 14-10. The Mustangs back in the lead. Yellow Jacket football continues in a moment. Howard, Robert, and Anthony back deep. That would be Jackson, and Hines. Sounds like a law firm, but this is going to be Howard, Jackson. No, it's going to be Robert Jackson. He's going to take the ball to the 5-yard line, up to the 10, 15, trying to find a block. Spun his way into traffic out to the 24-yard line, and that is where the Yellow Jackets start first and 10 from their own 24. Trailing for the second time tonight, 14-10. Scores to update you on: Sherman 14-0 change. Check that now, 21-0. The Bearcats are for real over Sulphur Springs. That in the second. And
4-0.
It looks like they're heading that way.
Wow.
I don't think anybody expected Short
Who
to come
would have
busting
thought
out of
that
the gates like
besides
that.
Who would have thought that besides Ronnie Tips? I'm not sure Ronnie would have thought that.
I'm not sure he would have either. Anthony Hines in the backfield flanking Rob Crawley, 1st and 10. The 4 wide out look, a man in motion. That's Ronnie Powell. 14-10, Pearce over Denison, and Crawley back to pass. He's going to throw. It's complete to Ronnie Powell, who is in motion, spins his way away from 2 or 3 tacklers, but can't get away from the crowd and goes down after a 4-yard gain. I believe Crawley is 3 out of 3 now for 8 yards. Try this on for size. This is only, we have 10 minutes to go in the first half. This is the second possession by the Jackets.
Yeah, if you'll remember the first possession, they ended it on a 45-yard field goal by Rusty Schmitz after an 11-play, 49-yard drive, and here they are on their second one.
5 wide out look as Hines comes in motion. Crawley's going to hand it off to Hines. No, Crawley going to keep it on the quarterback draw, and he gets about 3 tough yards up the middle to the 30-yard line. They've got to get to the 34, just beyond it for the first down, so 3rd down and 4 coming up. We talked about 3rd and long has been the Achilles heel of Denison and their woeful 3rd down conversion rate this year, but they've got 3rd down and short here. They're going to say 3rd and 5 from the 29. They need about 4.5 yards to go. Crawley from the gun. Hines flanking him. Crawley back to pass. He's going to throw it. Got his man, and it's Gabe Carter, and he went backwards.
Oh, that's got to drive the coaches up the wall when the guy catches the football near the sidelines and then steps out of bounds after going backwards.
Yeah, he had the first down. There's not any question about it. He was standing almost at the 35 and kind of circled backwards and was driven out of bounds 1 yard shy of the first down. 9:04 to go. And it appears the Jackets will punt the football away. The Mustangs not convinced just yet. Now they'll send two men back deep. Lyle Patman along with Matt Schwartz. And Butler standing, waiting, getting the football, puts the foot into this one. It is a high kick, a short kick, and a bounce at the 50. Takes a Denison roll and then hops back and dies on the 50-yard line. So not a good turn of events in recent moments. The Jackets give up a first down on a penalty on the last Pearce drive, and they give up a first down of their own just a moment ago as they circled backwards, and it is going to be a short punt, and the Mustangs in business at the 50.
Jamie Butler with a 17-yard punt there. He came into the game with a 33.6 average. That, of course, will go down. However, Rob Crawley has the leading average for punters with 34. Of course, he only had that one.
That short pooch kick last week. Martin back to pass, wants to throw, has all kinds of time, launches the strike downfield for Simmons, and it's caught inside the 10-yard line.
Nice catch by Simmons, showing why he's the possession receiver for Pearce as he hauls it in down around the 10 and goes finally down about the 5.
Well, the Jackets continuing in the zone coverage, and Christian Brown has been the man that's getting picked on all night long. Kyle Simmons, he was with him, he just couldn't get position on him, and he couldn't prevent it was a perfect throw. You got to give that to Rob Martin. He laid it right in the breadbasket.
Great throw, great catch, and now they're in great position.
First and goal from the 6-yard line, so Denison really going to have to bucket up here and stiff the Mustangs out of the end zone. 8:38 to go in the half. They trail 14-10 to the Yellow Jackets, and Martin is going to try to go up the middle, and he is pummeled to the turf. And he's a little slow to get up, which brings up another interesting statistic. If Martin makes it through the game intact, it'll be the first time all season a quarterback has made it through the game start to finish.
That's true. Denison has made their way down to the 4th-string quarterback at one point with that crazy night over in Wichita Falls when the 4th-string quarterback, his first ever pass attempt was for a touchdown.
Second and goal from the 3-yard line, 8:06 and counting. Sowen standing at the 10-yard line behind Martin. 4 wide out look. The ball at the 3-yard line. And it's going to be a handoff. Sowen plows ahead, but he's hit from behind and stopped at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 2 or 3-yard line.
Johnny Hoover's the man who was responsible for finally bringing him down. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line with 7:42 left to go in this half. J.J. Pearce on top. 14-10, Denison looking to hold him back and turn him the other way.
Now goal line stand would be huge right here. Martin up to the line, Sowen behind him. at the 9-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 2. The Stangs lead Denison 14-10. Martin calls for the football. Quarterback sneak. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. No, they do give it to him on second effort. I didn't think he got in, but the line judge said the ball crossed the plane of the end zone, and that's all that has to happen. And the Mustangs, after the Yellow Jackets have shot themselves in the foot yet again, the Mustangs lead 20-10. Hate to belabor it, but in the last moment, as we mentioned, Denison gave up a first down on a face mask penalty after stopping Rob Martin short. It resulted in a continuing drive and a Pearce touchdown 3 plays later. Denison had a first down of their own that they gave up by going backwards, and now the Mustangs have made it a 21-10 lead as Beathard puts it through the upright. 7:20 to go in the half, 21-10. The Mustangs leading the Jackets. Back in a moment with more Denison High School football.
Yeah.
Well, the Jackets are going to get a chance to go back on offense here, and it's going to be Robert Jackson getting it at the 3-yard line, up the field to the 20, 30, 35, 30, trying to find a block straight down the field, 50, tripped up in Mustang territory. Where's the late flag? That is ridiculous. That's a spearing right there. He was on the turf when he got hit by the Mustangs' Matt Foley, and the official standing right there doesn't call anything. Nonetheless, it's a 48-yard return.
Another great return by Howard Jackson as he really gets on his horse, turns on the speed. Howard Jackson showing great speed as he turns it up.
Jackets in Mustang territory, a touchdown, and they're right back in it. It was Robert.
No, it was Howard Jackson.
The ball at the 46. I still go with Robert, but anyway, it was a Jackson. We know that for sure. 1st and 10 from the 46. Straight eye look, 2 tight end set for Denison. This is a handoff. Bam, bam. Brian Pritchard, 30, 35. Lowers the shoulder, plowing his way to the 35, and he still won't go down. Finally brought down after the first down carry.
Nice run by Bam Bam. Bammed all over the guy down at the 32-yard line.
Check down with our Grayson County area-wide directory sideline man. Hate to beat a dead horse, Jason, but looked like a late hit to me. What do you think?
Well, it really did. It did appear to me like it was a late hit, but, I'm just glad there wasn't any other penalty, one that might take the ball back against us.
Good point.
Here's my theory on the 2 Jackson boys is that Howard wears the back flap and Robert did not. Now, however, Robert is also wearing a little back flap, too. So we cannot tell them apart now.
Pritchard again on the handoff to the 30, lowers the head and only gets to the 28 this time, but it's a pickup of 4, maybe 5 yards. Yeah, that's what I was keying on. I saw the back flap that you told me about because, folks, it's really difficult. They're 35 and 36, and as they're running, that right number tends to get a little bit
Yeah, and
obscured.
especially with that back flap, it covers up part of the number. It's all scrunched up, so it's really, really tough to make out whether it's 35 or 36, and the guys are pretty much the same size and the same speed.
Tight right eye formation. Hines on the carry, heading left, cutting it back up the middle. Now he'll bounce it outside and got near the 21. That's close to the first down yardage necessary. I believe Anthony Hines going to be about a yard shy. It's going to set up 3rd down and very short for Denison, who's been fairly successful tonight in the 3rd down conversion department. They're 2 out of 4. The officials are going to measure this one. Let's go down to our Grayson County area-wide man, Jason.
Well, Lynn,
you missed the first one, or are you going to get this one?
I know. I missed it on the first one, but I got a guy here on the sidelines. Are we going to make this one?
It's first down.
He says it is definitely a first down. He got the last one, too.
Well, who is this mystery sideline reporter?
This is Alvin. Alvin, right here. He's one of the ball boys this year.
Alvin.
He was right. And with 5:51 to go, the Jackets showing some spark offensively. They're trying to get right back in it.
Hey, Jason, keep Alvin over there by you. He seems to be pretty lucky.
Yeah, he just earned a part of your paycheck, by the way.
Tell him his ball boy duties are over.
Offset split backs, rather. Boy, that's a new look for the Jackets. Wing look to the left, and Crawley's going to turn. Pitches it to Bam Bam, the fullback, plows his way across the 20 to about the 16 or 17-yard line. You know, it's been a long time since we've seen the Jackets throw as much as they have, and when's the last time you saw them line up in a veer look?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that in my 3 years of covering them here.
Hey, I've been watching them for about 15 years, and I don't know that I've ever seen the veer look. That was true split backs behind Rob Crawley, the quarterback. Now they go back to the eye look. This is the power eye, too tight set. Second and short. Hines gets the toss, hit as he got to the line of scrimmage. Flag on the play as Hines got to the 15, and there might be one of those youngster mistakes again. Could be holding in the pile.
Ryan Youngblood hit Hines as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, and he's the one that corralled him and brought him down right at the line of scrimmage. So Youngblood really showing some speed and quickness on that play. We'll see what the call is, and it looks like it's going to be clipping against the Jackets, so we'll push that back a little bit.
Clip against the Jackets, so it's going to back them up again. Another penalty marker. You know, the Jackets came into this game relatively unscathed in the penalty department. They were 4 games deep into the season with only 13 penalties. Tonight, they're already halfway there. 5th penalty of the night, so not quite halfway, but they're closing in, and we're only in the first half. Not the way that you want to see this thing go. The penalties and the missed first down defensively and offensively, that's the story of the game right now, and why the Mustangs are leading 21-10.
They're going to back that ball all the way back to the 30-yard line, so it's going to be second down in a country mile.
I feel Rob Crawley getting touchdown number 3 through the airwaves here. We'll see. It is going to be second down and 20. Denison must get to the 12-yard line, second and 18. This is a straight eye look, a wing to the left, and Hines play action. Crawley rolling right, all kinds of time throws, and he threw it behind Trip Mahana, who was wide open at the 17. Mahana, a valiant effort to go back for the ball, but he couldn't catch up with it.
Had he hit him, it probably would have been a first down. He had nobody around him, had at least 10 yards of running room, which is what he needed for the first down.
4:51 to go in the half, 21-10. Pearce in the lead. Denison with a nearly red zone opportunity, not quite. The original line of scrimmage was the 22.
I'm going to call a draw on this play.
It's going to be pretty tough with the tailback in front of Crawley in the shotgun. But
quarterback draw.
Could be a quarterback draw. Crawley back to pass. You're right. There's the quarterback draw, and the Mustangs were listening.
The keeper brought down by
not even close. 4:42 to go in the half, and third and long is given up. Or it is for not much gain, and the Jackets will be forced to kick the field goal, or at least attempt the field goal. Certainly it is within Rusty Smith's range. He's already hit the third longest in school history tonight from 45 yards. This one will be a 42-yard effort for the right-footed barefoot kicker, as Nesbitt counts to make sure they've got enough men on the field.
42-yard attempt.
And he will call for the football. Good snap. Smith's kick is on the way. It's going to have to hurry, and it falls short.
He got under that one a little bit.
And so the Jackets get to the 22-yard line, and again, mistakes end the scoring threat, and the Mustangs continue to lead 21-10. 4:04 to go in the first half, and the Mustangs with an 11-point lead. And it was a series of mistakes in about a 1-minute period that turned this thing from a 10-7 lead to a 21-10 lead.
Mistakes, mistakes, mistakes. That's what comes from a sophomore-laden ball club.
We hate to keep beating that horse. The Jackets desperately looking for a win. Nobody wants to win more than they do. And they appear to have the talent to us to do it. They've just got to stop some of the things that are keeping them from winning. This is going to be Fisher breaking a tackle, then breaking Will Crawley's tackle, but he finally is wrestled out of bounds by Christian Brown. But not before getting a 9-yard gain. 3:56 left in the half. Stay tuned at halftime. Jason Smith will be leading us through the halftime along with the Wizard Kevin Farr. We're hoping to have a tribute to the late, great Fred Washington, whose number 88 was retired here at Denison. I'm not sure if that's going to happen tonight, but we'll certainly tell you about some things that have gone on in recent days to honor Fred. This is going to be a handoff to Sowen, I believe, and he is going to be wrestled backwards. It's Fisher, rather. One of the few times tonight a back has gone backwards instead of forwards for the Mustangs.
He went backwards because David McAdams hit him 3 yards deep in the backfield and kept driving him back. McAdams is one of the other guys who's a tackle leader on this team with 20 unassisted and 22 assisted tackles for a total of 42. He came into the game tied with Robert Jackson as the 2 tackle leaders.
Well, the Mustangs 3-0, and they're trying to state their case for 4-0 tonight. The Jackets certainly in the thick of things. third down and short. Martin's going to run the option. Fisher gets it. He's got the first down. 35, 40 still going down the sidelines to the 50, to the 40. Ronnie Powell drags him out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Third down and short is a huge play, and the Mustangs, if they score here before halftime, begin to they may not put the nails in the coffin, but they're certainly heading in that. They've certainly got the nails in the corner of their mouth with the hammer in the hand. A 28-10 lead at halftime would be very difficult for the Jackets to overcome. Let's hope they can stop them here. It was third down and 3. Now it's deep in Mustang territory. Now it's 1st and 10 from the Denison 19. Timeout on the field. We'll join them. 3:07 to go. The Jacket D needs to dial up an answer. Yellow Jacket football continues in a moment on KMKT. 6 for 6. That's the key stat of the game. That's third down conversions for the Mustangs as they convert another one and are deep in Denison territory, already leading 21-10. 1st and 10 from the Jacket 19. This is going to be a handoff. Sowen coming left side. All kinds of turf to run. He's to the 15. Lost the football. It goes out of bounds, though. And the Mustangs will retain possession. 6 for 6 in third down conversions. And the last one really hurt the Yellow Jacket cause. A 48-yard run by Pearce Fisher for the third down conversion on 3rd and 3. And the previous series before, not the series before, but 2 series before, the Jackets stop the Mustangs on third down, but give them the conversion on the penalty.
Plus, they've given up 2 big plays now. That one, of course, the 48-yard run, and the series right before, a 46-yard pass to Simmons.
Well, this one is starting to get ugly for the Jackets. They've got to find a few answers that they have yet to discover. 2nd and 6 from the 15, 2:45 to go in the half. As Fisher audibles, he's going to drop back to pass. Now he's going to chuck it, and it's incomplete. He just reared back, fired it to the goal line, and it was incomplete. It was intended for, guess who? Is that Simmons again? No, a new receiver. That's Sukahara, the tight end. No wonder he didn't complete it. He threw the wrong number.
Well, Sukahara was wide open for a split second, and Raymond Smith closed the gap when he saw Martin throwing to him.
Third down, is it going to be 7 of 7 or 6 of 7? Jackets' hopes to win this game might rest on keeping the Mustangs off the board here, or certainly out of the end zone. Sure, they can come back and win, but they don't want to fall behind 28-10. This is a throw to the end zone. Touchdown. And guess who? Simmons. Kyle Simmons. Christian Brown was off on the island again, and Kyle Simmons hauled it in. And it's a 17-yard touchdown, and it's 27-10 with 2:31 to go in the first half of play. The Yellow Jackets' hopes are certainly not out, but they are getting dim. 17-point lead is going to be difficult to overcome. Do remember the Jackets will get the football to start the second half of play. A quick score here and getting the football, and they could be right back in this one, but right now the Mustangs in control. Bethard puts the foot into this one. It's right down the middle, and with 2:31 to go in the half, 28-10, the Mustangs leading the Jackets. Back in a moment with more Denison High School football. Back at Munson Stadium, Lynn, Burkhead, Monte Walker, and the rest of the Yellow Jackets. The Jackets have some work to do to avoid a 1-4 non-district campaign. Now, all you got to do to see that is not lethal is look south of here. The Bow Bear Kitties last year, where'd they go? 0-5 in non-district or something like that?
Made the playoffs.
Made the playoffs. So Denison certainly still can make the playoffs. This is Robert Jackson. He gets the ball 25, 30, 35, 40. Can he go the distance this time? Nope. He got to the 40, and he's taken to the turf by Matt Foley. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Jackets at the 40. They trail 28-10. 2:20 to go. 2-minute offense is certainly going to have to step it up for the Jackets. A touchdown and 28-17 is much easier to stomach at halftime when you're going to get the ball first. 28-10 would be a pretty tough pill to swallow in the locker room, especially when you led 10-7 at one point.
The mistakes, Coach Brown's really going to be harping on that at halftime. I can guarantee that.
4 receiver look, 3 near side, 1 far. Crawley back to pass, pressure comes, throws the inside, quick hitter to Brenton Nesbitt, 45 to the 50, still going. There's a late face mask, and the official, thank you very much, called it. And that's going to tack on probably only 5 yards. Look like an incidental face mask, but it's going to get the Yellow Jackets from the 48-yard line of the Mustangs at least to the 43-yard line.
Flag on the field.
2-minute offense would be really nice here to see them put it in the end zone. 2 minutes, 11 seconds left to go in the half. They've really got some work to do, but now they're going to be a lot closer to the end zone as they keep marking it down, and now they finally put the ball down at the 43-yard line. So 43 yards to go with 2 minutes, 11 seconds. Can they get a score here right before halftime, Lynn?
You might not want to score too quick before halftime, and
that's true.
Give the other guys a chance. 1st and 10, the ball at the 43 of the Mustangs, of the Pearce Mustangs, 28-10. The Mustangs lead high snap. Crawley reels it in, back to pass, and he's corralled from behind and sacked for a big loss back in Denison territory at the 49. Second sack of the night, and it is Alex Kessler on the sack. It is a loss of 7.
They keep going back and forth across the midfield stripe.
This is getting frustrating.
And now they go back again.
Not just for us or for the fans, but certainly for the players and coaches. These kids want to win bad, and they keep getting in position, and it just hadn't worked out so far. They're going to throw it. Brent Nesbitt catches it, 30, 35, and down the sidelines, out of bounds at the 31. And guess what, folks? That's a first down.
And now they
move the sticks.
And now they go back across the midfield stripe again, down to the 32.
Nesbitt is the definite go-to guy for the Yellow Jackets this season. He came into the game tonight with 13 catches for 124, averaging 9.5. He's added a few more tonight. Crawley from the shotgun takes the snap, throws it. It's going to be incomplete. Gabe Carter on the quick look-in route. Crawley had to get rid of the football in a hurry as come streaming up the field were a couple of Mustangs, including Kenny Nelson.
Hey, you were talking about Brent Nesbitt a minute ago. With 5 receptions last week, Brent Nesbitt moved into the top 20 in Denison High School history for career catches. The senior needs just 9 more receptions to pass Junior Dade and advance into the top 10 all-time. How about that?
I think he'll get them. Crawley calls for the football. There's a flag as Hines was not set. And it'll be, you talked about that back and forth game. They get a pickup of 19, and now they're going back 5.
Good play, bad play, good play, bad play, good play, bad play. That's what Coach Brown was telling them yesterday that they could not have. And so far right now, we're seeing that.
Well, you know, the coaches told us coming into the season they really had an unknown quantity. They knew they were young. They knew they were inexperienced. They also believed they had some ability. The question was which would win out, and they knew they needed some confidence in the early going of the season. The learning curve continues for the Jackets, and they're trying to pick up a first down now on 2nd and 15. Hines on the draw up to the 45, plows his way across the 30 to the 28-yard line. Hines having a nice evening. Yeah, he's showing a little bit more authority running the football tonight. That's what's been missing in the early going, but tonight he really looks like he's stepped up to the challenge.
Yeah, he's hitting the holes really quickly, and now the 2-minute offense really in effect as they come up to the line.
1 minute to play in the first half. 28-10, Mustang lead, 3rd down and long. Crawley's going to throw. It is batted down at the line of scrimmage.
I thought it was batted down back into his hands, but it must have hit the ground first.
Kyle Pennington went up in the air, skied up into the air, and knocked the ball down. And once again, the Jackets come up empty on the 3rd down conversion. They are in striking distance perhaps for Smith, but they're down 18. A field goal really not going to do them much good here. And they're going to call a timeout. 4th and 7:53 seconds. The Jackets, they're going to go for it. They really need to. Forward receiver Will Crawley in motion. His brother Rob Crawley in the shotgun formation calls for the ball. Back to pass. Wants to throw. Launches one downfield. And overthrows a touchdown pass by 1 yard. Christian Brown was streaking into the end zone. And Rob Crawley comes up a yard too much.
Oh, you can see Christy Brown really turning on the jets, trying to get underneath that football. And the ball came down in the end zone just out of his outstretched arms. I mean, that's tough. He just missed him.
Let's check down with our Grayson County area wide man. Is that a case of the quarterback putting too much mustard on it, or the receiver not turning the jet zone quick enough?
Well, I think what happened there is it's a situation in which Rob seen him that wide open and just kind of froze.
Well, another potential touchdown is goes by the wayside of the Jackets. That would have been huge. It would have gotten Denison to 28-17 with the PAT conversion. 46 seconds to go. Rob Martin and company not through yet, but there's a penalty marker. They're looking to add some misery to Denison's night.
These guys have scored 30 points plus in each of the games they've played so far, and they've already got 28 on the board tonight, and it's not even halftime, folks.
Tell you what, there's one team that made both Texas and OU look a lot better, and that was North Carolina.
That's true.
Put the old-fashioned whipping on Florida State last week. That didn't happen very often.
They're not a bad football team up there. They're not just a basketball team, folks.
Yeah, they are. I hate to disagree, but Tar Heel country is basketball country. What do you think about his airness coming back?
Yeah. Tough subject. I like Michael Jordan.
I like him too.
I'd love to see him come back. It's going to be great.
Yep. I wish he had stayed retired. But anyway, we digress. Back at the ball game, 45 seconds to go. A 5-yard mark off Denison offsides. Audible for Rob Martin, the quarterback. Calls for the ball back to pass. Blitz look by the Jackets. Martin chunks it downfield, and guess who? Incomplete. That time, the Jackets gave Christian Brown a little help on the corner. As Ronnie Powell, check that's not Ronnie Powell. That is going to be, I believe, Raymond Smith, Robert Jackson, brother, drifting over to provide a little coverage.
Well, both of them were there. Raymond Smith and Robert Jackson were there to help out. So, and Christian Brown, not to take anything away from Christy Brown, because he played great coverage on that far side too.
Yeah, he hasn't played bad coverage tonight. He's just it's always been, Simmons has been a step better. 2nd and 5, 38 seconds to go. The Stangs up by 18 at Munson Stadium as we head to the locker room for the halftime break. Martin from the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Sowen. He eludes one tackler, 35, 40, up to the 45, flag on the play, and he's down in Denison territory at the 49, but that's coming back. Todd Pinkston, I believe, going to be guilty of an blocking infraction. He's shaking his head like he knows he's the guilty party.
That play is where basically they're in a 2-minute offense. They spread everybody out and then just run, and there's all kinds of running lanes when you do that.
Yep, it's going to come against the Mustangs, I believe. And it is going to be a blocking infraction against Pearce with 31 seconds to go in the half. This has been a long first half.
Yeah, it sure has. A lot of passes.
Oh my, it's almost 9 o'clock, 8:45, and we're still in the first half.
We haven't even had a rain delay or a wind delay or a lightning delay or anything tonight. Unlike the crazy night in Wichita Falls. Which we'll never forget about that night.
I will never forget it as long as I live. 29 seconds and cranking. Martin will step up under center. Now he backs out into the shotgun. 4 wide look. Sowen flanks him. 28-10. The Mustangs leading Denison. Martin back to pass. Will Crawley comes in like a freight train, and there's a flag. Martin gets away from the pressure. Throws complete. And it's going to be Simmons on the reception. Who else? Could be the final play of the first half. 9 seconds to go. 1st and 10 at the Denison 45-yard line. And Martin is going to back up. What do you bet he's going to chunk one deep?
I bet it's to Simmons.
I bet it is too. Back to pass. Anthony Washington tries to get pressure, and guess who caught it? Simmons. He goes out of bounds with 4 seconds to go at the 35-yard line.
These guys are well coached.
Somebody better tie his shoestrings together at the line of scrimmage, because that's about the only way the Jackets are going to stop him.
Hey, Bobby Reyes, he does a great job over there on that sidelines. These kids show great poise, execution. They don't make mistakes, Lynn.
How does 11 catches? No, that's not right. It's 11 completions out of 16 for Martin. 4 seconds to go. The Mustangs trying to put salt in the wound. They're going to throw the quick hitter to guess who? Simmons, but he can't get out of bounds before the clock expires. And the home crowd gives the Denison defense a round of applause. The first half has concluded by an up man, and he's going to be hammered at the 25-yard line. See who that was that came up with the football. I believe that's not Will Crawley. That's Cody McGuirk on the reception, and he did a heads-up job of, on the Cable One kickoff, of going for the football. Just underway in the third quarter, 28-10. The Jackets trailing the Pearce Mustangs here on KMKT. The ball spotted at the 28-yard line is where they'll mark it as Rob Crawley sets the Yellow Jackets. They'll come out. Let's see what they come out in. They're going to come back in the veer look again, kind of the split backs. Not a true veer. but pretty close. And this is going to be Brian Pritchard getting the handoff. He plows through one tackle, then another, and picks up 2 or 3 tough yards inside. On first down, second down, and about 7 yards, maybe 8 coming up for the Yellow Jackets.
And that was basically a counter trap as he faked to Hines, and he turned back around and gave it to Pritchard. And there was some guards pulling and all kinds of action going on the front line.
Gabe Carter checking into the ball game along with Ronnie Powell Jr. Carter and Powell split to the near side. Nesbitt to the far side along with Will Crawley. An offset look as Hines is in the backfield with Crawley from the shotgun. And Crawley's going to throw to the little brother, and his little brother is going to be pummeled to the turf after the reception at the 29-yard line. A pickup of maybe a yard. And it'll be third down and long. The Jackets not very good tonight in the third down conversion department. 2 out of 6. And they're going to have to turn that number around here in the second half. 10:55 to go in the third. It is 28-10. The Pearce Mustangs leading the Yellow Jackets. Denison hoping to get something going here on their first possession. They've got to make 8 yards to keep it going, and Crawley's from the shotgun. Flanked by Hines, bad snap. Crawley is scrambling for the ball. The ball is kicked toward the end zone. The Mustangs giving chase. They've recovered the football inside the 10-yard line at the 4.
Well, good news.
It was a bad snap. We talked about the center change. Brian Boswell moved to center, and Shane Stone moving to right guard. And that was just, it was a very high snap. Crawley had to go way up in the air to try to even get a hand on it. Couldn't get it, and it took a crazy bounce and was booted backwards, and the Mustangs have it first and goal at the Denison 4-yard line. Not the way the Jackets had drawn it up to start the second half, but it's the way the Mustangs did. Sowen in the backfield, Rob Martin up under center, 4 wide out look. This is going to be Martin trying to run the option. He's going to be hit from behind and drop for a loss. One of the few times tonight that the Mustangs have gone backwards. Martin tried to run to the short side of the field on the option. And the Jackets, Vincent Rode and Anthony Washington there to combine on the stop.
Washington, that's somebody we haven't really mentioned a whole lot tonight. Washington had a heck of a game last week.
He very much indeed had a good game last week, but he has been a little silent tonight. Second and goal back at the 7 after the 3-yard loss. Martin up under up under center, and he's going to hit it off. Sowen hit in the hole, tries to rumble forward. The ball's loose. The Jackets may have recovered, and they did. Denison has recovered the football, and they dodged the bullet. I'm not sure who knocked it free. Sowen spun in the hole. He was hit, spun around, and a Yellow Jacket linebacker, that could have been McAdams or Raymond Smith, put the helmet on it, and the ball popped free. Didn't see who the recovery was made by. There was a big scramble for the football. And I believe Johnny Hoover came away with a fumble recovery, and that is in fact what I'm told, and that is his first of the season. So the Jacket defense comes up with a big play and keeps the Mustangs out of the end zone. Jackets come to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from the 6-yard line. This is going to be a handoff inside. I believe Hines on the carry. Hit at the line and knocked backwards for a short gain. Going to be 2nd and long coming up. 9:48 to go in the third quarter play. 28-10. The Mustangs lead as the Jackets dodge the bullet. Johnny Hoover on the fumble recovery. A pickup of 2 yards. And, you know, this is where we saw a guy named Ronnie Ford kind of in the same territory last year. Blow one out of the shadow of his own goal line. Maybe Anthony Hines can do that here. He already has a 63-yarder. This is going to be Pritchard, brother, on the carry. He's got room to look out. 15-20 up to the 25-yard line goes Bam Bam. And if he could have gotten a couple more steps, he'd have been running for a while. I don't think he would have scored, but he had no, and we say this a lot, but he literally had nobody in front of him when he was tackled.
Hey, he had a nice running lane right there. He probably gained about 15, 20 yards. We haven't seen a long run like that from Pritchard ever. Usually he's good for about 3 or 4 yards a pop, but he gains a really nice run there all the way up to the 25 now.
Yeah, that was his longest run of the season, 11 the previous for Pritchard. Crawley up under center, I formation look. This is going to be a play action. Crawley throws. The ball's batted up in the air and falls incomplete. And that was a dangerous play because streaking in like a missile was Matt Foley, and he nearly got there, and he'd have gone the distance for the touchdown.
the Yellow Jackets.
as the ball was batted up at the line of scrimmage.
Hines on the carry, brought down by number 92. Kenny Nelson for the Mustangs.
But I'm having audio difficulties. He's over there on the 45-yard line.
Denison desperately needing to get something going offensively in the direction of the end zone. They have a 45-yard field goal from Rusty Smith. They also have a 43-yard fumble recovery by Howard Jackson, and that's the 10-7 score. Crawley is going to be sacked in the backfield for a huge loss. That was a busted play from the get-go. Hines and Crawley collided. Crawley never wanted to hand it to Hines, who thought he was, and it just never had a chance.
Well, you wonder who makes the mistake in that play, and is it the sophomore or is it the senior? More than likely, it's going to be the sophomore.
Well, somebody did. Regardless of who it was, you're right. It could have been either one of them. And
Number 6, Kyle Simmons, seeks to receive the punt from the Yellow Jackets. Number 20, James Butler, in punt formation. Ball goes out of the end zone. Safety. Number 5, Fisher. Number 6, Simmons. Deep for the Mustangs. Number 5, Fisher on the return. Brought down by number 83, Brent
Finally
Nesbitt,
go
number
down.
41.
it is not going the way that the Yellow Jackets had diagrammed it tonight. That is for certain.
First down
Denison
for
had
Mustangs
hoped
from their own 39-yard
to
line.
come away with a win, and at one point the Yellow Jackets were entertaining thoughts of that win as they were ahead 10-7. The Mustangs have scored 23 unanswered points now after the Yellow Jackets safety, and Rob Martin and company get underway again. This is going to be a quick hitter. Todd Pinkston, the ball pops free. The Jackets are scrambling for it. They're going to reel it incomplete. Todd Pinkston on that little quick flare. He was hit immediately on the corner, and I believe that was the Yellow Jackets' Anthony Washington that came over in coverage, as I think he actually picked up Pinkston heading down the line of scrimmage and made a vicious hit on Pinkston as he caught the ball and turned upfield.
Ronnie Powell also over there made a great play on the far side. Powell being the cornerback.
Well, the Jackets desperately need some positive things to begin to happen and go their way. The Mustangs certainly proving they are a worthy opponent tonight. 30-10 the lead, 7:24 to go in the third. Rob Martin up under center, a 4-receiver look. He is going to play action. Naked bootleg, 40, 45, and up to the 50 and out of bounds in Jacket territory at the 46, 47.
I'm not so sure that was a designed naked bootleg, as it might have been a busted play. Looked like he was looking for somebody to hand off to, and nobody was there, so he just did the thing he knew to do, is tuck the ball and run, and gained about 10 yards.
Well, you know, when you say the term naked bootleg, of course, that is something that has been made famous in college football a lot over the years. The quarterback, and I think you're right, it could have very well been a busted play, but at any rate, the motion went left, and the quarterback spun right, and there was nobody there to get him. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs, the ball at the Denison 48-yard line. Rob Martin and company cruising in control in this one, and it's going to be Fisher hit immediately as he got the handoff, and the handoff was nearly intercepted in the backfield. I think that was Shelley Pitts who came firing back there, or was that Vincent Rode?
Well, Raymond Smith, also firing from the linebacker position, was right there on the spot.
It was Anthony Washington and Shelley Pitts along with Raymond Smith.
Yeah, 3 guys. Denison's defense up the line of scrimmage has done a real nice job so far. It's just the secondary's been tested tonight, and we knew that coming in.
Simmons, he's been the go-to man. He'll split far to the left. One man in coverage over there. That'll be not Christian Brown. That'll be Ronnie Powell over there. And now checking off and audibling at the line, Rob Martin calls for the football from the shotgun formation. Back to pass. The Jackets trying to get pressure on him. Now he's right up the middle, and he's going to turn it up 45 and be run out of bounds at the 41-yard line. As the Jackets pursued over there, Raymond Smith in hot pursuit and was able to help force Martin out. And as much as Martin has hurt the Jackets through the air tonight, he's also hurt them dramatically on that quarterback scramble, draw, whatever you want to call it. The pressure comes around him, and he just squirts forward, and they just can't seem to get there in time.
Third down.
Yeah, here's another third down situation. This has really broke the back of Denison so far tonight. It's a third down. We'll see what they do here.
7 out of 7 so far. This is 3rd and 5 from the 42. 30-10 lead for the Mustangs at Munson Stadium. And Martin is back to pass. The Jackets with lots of pressure. He's going to throw it, and guess who's got it? Kyle Simmons does, and guess what he's got? A first down. Make it 8 out of 8. In third down conversions. This is starting to get a little bit surreal.
It just seems to be so automatic, these two guys connecting. Looks like they've been playing backyard catch for about 15 years.
Update from Bearcat Stadium. Sulphur Springs is on the board. That's the good news for the Wildcat fans. The bad news is so are the Bearcats. 28-7 is now the Bearcat lead in the fourth quarter. Sherman steaming to a 4-0 start. Ronnie Tips got the Bearcats heading in the right direction.
We're also looking for a Howe score, so if you know that, 465-6200.
No, we're not. 1st and 10 from the Denison 35. It's already 30-10. The Mustangs putting the clinic on. They are for real, folks. And the quarterback, Rob Martin, backpedaled. The only problem is that his center never quite got the football to him, and that miscommunication between Jared Mays and Rob Martin is going to result in a 5-yard walk-off against the Mustangs. Let's check down on the sidelines with our Grayson County area-wide man, Mr. Jason Smith. Jason, you got to hand it to the home crowd. They've hung in there. There's not very many empty seats.
That's right, Lynn. The entire crowd has stayed here all game. They have. I mean, every seat is full from the start until right now, even though the Jackets are down quite a bit.
Well, I'm going to correct you because I don't see Chance Cody. I think Chance Cody.
He's right
he's here.
Right.
Okay, never mind. I was going to rag him.
It's past his bedtime.
No, he must be listening to us because he looks up here. Okay.
How you doing, buddy? First down and 15 from the 40-yard line. As Martin takes his shotgun snap, he's going to throw it out. Sowin has it at the 35. He's hit at the 30-yard line, and he'll be about 3 or 4 yards shy of the first down. Yes, indeed. Our good buddy Chance Cody, the afternoon man here on Katy Country, listening down there as we speak, shaking his head. He doesn't like all of this extra attention.
You know, Denison's playing it out about like Chance plays golf.
Nobody could play that bad. We're giving it to Chance right now. Unfortunately, the Mustangs giving it to the Jackets. Second down, nearly 5. This is going to be it's going to be Martin sacked in the backfield. One of the rare times tonight. Shelly Pitts comes firing back there. Martin thought about giving it to Fisher, the fullback, and he wishes he did.
Very nice play. Shelly Pitts coming right up the gut, coming from that defensive tackle position, and really got there really quick. Shelly's a quick guy. He's kind of short and stocky, but gets to the football really quick. Great play.
Vincent Rhodes checking off field. I want to tell you what, he is a good-looking athlete for a sophomore.
Oh, yeah, he's a big kid.
Can you imagine what he's going to look like and play like as a senior?
He's
already playing good.
He's wearing Action Jackson's old number. I think he'll probably fill into that.
Guess what? It's 8 out of 8 on third downs. Is it going to be 9 out of 9? And, the Mustangs a little confusion, and they're going to call a timeout. We'll join them. 4:34 to go in the third. 30-10. Pearce leading Denison. Back in a moment with more Denison High School football. And Fisher, the lone man in the backfield behind Rob Martin, the quarterback, who now backs into the shotgun. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Todd Pinkston in motion. As Martin calls for the football. He's back to pass on 3rd and 11. Throws. Guess who? He's caught it. Kyle Simmons does. And guess what? He's got a first down.
It'll be close.
Nope, he's got it by a yard.
We're going to mark it right at the 25.
And he had to get to the 26.
Yep.
They're not even going to measure. First down. 9 for 9 as Martin and Simmons do it again. Simmons is on fire tonight.
On third down, they just need to find him.
It's just been incredible. I've never seen such a third down percentage in one game like that. It's automatic. It's automatic on third down.
3 receivers left and 1 right, but somebody on the right side got a little antsy for the Mustangs. That would be Jason Stuck, the right tackle. And he got a little anxious right there.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot from Pearce. They don't really make a lot of mistakes and shoot themselves in the foot. They tend to play very well-coached football, and they don't make those little mistakes.
Hey, don't forget tomorrow morning at 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30 right here on 93.1 FM, KMKT, the Red River High School football update. We'll give you the highlights for tonight's game here at Munson Stadium and highlights from around the area scores as well. Our very own Jason Smith leading the way. Don't forget that's the Red River High School football update tomorrow morning, 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30. First down and 15 after the false start penalty marked off. Martin from the shotgun, going to hand it off Fisher. Fisher running up the middle, breaks a tackle, then another 20 to the 15, and he's tackled there. He was hit at the 25, broke 1, then 2 tackles at the 21, and got to the 15.
Yeah, he broke the tackle of Will Crawley and also Shelly Pitts. And finally, Robert Jackson, the tackle leader back there as a safety position, finally brought him down. And they're knocking on the door again right at the 15-yard line.
Our thanks to all of the fine sponsors who've made Denison High School football possible this season. The Jackets will clean the slate off, and they'll get ready to make a playoff run as we start District 9 for a play. And this loss not going to look so bad if, in fact, it becomes a loss, because Pearce has a very talented football team. Make no mistake about that. This is Martin handing off Fisher, running up the middle. He headed right, cut it back left inside the 15 down to about the 12 or 11-yard line with 2:57 to go in the first half. Special thanks to one of our sponsors, Germain Designs, for providing the Yellow Jacket broadcast crew with our uniform. Appreciate all the fine work they do each year for us. Also appreciate the fine folks at Cable One who are going to use our audio for the rebroadcast Tuesday night on Channel 30.
You folks here at the game listening, if you were here early, you got to see both uniforms worn by Lynn Burkhead. He was sporting last year's as well as this year's.
This is going to be a handoff. Fisher running right then left, and he's inside the 10 down to the 5-yard line. And
on a carry brought down by number 34.
It's going to be not quite first and goal, but it's going to be second and very short.
Chris Hackworth into the ball game now at that linebacker position, makes the stop there.
Well, the Mustangs appear to be very much on their way to a 4-0 start. Touchdown here, and they're up 37-10 as we're heading to the fourth quarter. Rob Martin, the quarterback, he steps back into shotgun formation, 2nd and 4. Hands it off Fisher. Fisher's running right at the 10, tries to cut it inside. Hankey laying down on the field. There's a touchdown scored, but it's going to come back. It's going to be a blocking infraction against the Mustangs.
Basically, that was running back versus Will Crawley, and he put the move on Crawley and scored the touchdown as Crawley fell down. It was one-on-one. Crawley either made the tackle or let him go for a touchdown, and Crawley kind of got shaken a little bit.
Yes, he did. But it's going to be marked off against the Mustangs. Going to be a hold. We've seen a few of those tonight. This has been a penalty-marred contest. Denison came into the game with only 13 penalties the entire season, and I believe they've got 8 or 9 right now. The Mustangs have had their share as well. 1:54 to go in the third quarter here on Katy Country. Thank you very much for spending your Friday evening with us. Lynn Burkhead and Monte Walker and the rest of our Yellow Jacket broadcast crew. Not a fun evening for Yellow Jacket fans, but hey, there's always next week.
Well, next week we're off, Lynn.
Like I said, there's always 2 weeks from now. And then 2 weeks. 2nd and 14, and this is going to be Martin. Play action, rolling left. Now he's going to tuck it up and run to the 10, trying to elude a Denison tackler, and he squirts out of bounds at the 7-yard line. The Jackets do get the week off next week, the off week. Then they start district play. And hey, folks, 1-4 might be the mark the Jackets are heading toward in non-district, but it's 0-0 when we pick up play again in a couple of weeks. None of this matters when you start district play. Denison trying to defend a district title, and I still think they've got a good chance to make a solid run at a title defense in a playoff run.
Here we go, 3rd down again.
9 for 9. What do you think? 10 for 10?
Probably.
3rd and 5 from the ball is on the 4-yard line. This is going to be Martin lofting it up into the end zone for Simmons. He caught it. Touchdown.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Touchdown.
3 Yellow Jackets were in the vicinity of Kyle Simmons, who has caught his 3rd touchdown pass of the night. And we're going to have to check the record book. Simmons may be heading towards some type of opponent reception record. It was only a 5-yard pickup on the yardage, but it's 12 receptions for 187 yards receiving.
And that drive took forever. We only have 1:40 left on the clock in the 3rd quarter.
Well, we get a chance in a minute to see as Beathard completes the PAT and makes it 37-10. We get a chance to see how smart Bobby Reyes is and see whether he yanks some starters as they get ready for district play. At any rate, $1:40 to go in the 3rd. 37-10, the Mustangs all over the Jackets. Not a good night for the hometown fans. Back in a moment with more Yellow Jacket football. We are back at Munson Stadium. Lynn Burkhead and Monty Walker as former Denison Mayor Ronnie Cole strolls by our booth. I think he's as disappointed as we are. Cable 1 kickoff getting ready to come up, and we'll give you an American Bank scoring drive recap in a moment as Beathard short pooches it again. It's going to bounce, be taken by Howard Jackson, and he is upended at the 32-yard line, but fell forward somehow all the way to the 37.
I think that was Robert again.
Yeah, you're right. My apologies to their parents. Tell them to get different numbers next year. You know, like 46 and 36.
Or no, how about like, I don't know, 1 and like 90. This is really tough. Let's go ahead and give you the American Bank scoring drive recap. I may have to pause this one as they come up to the line. Let's do that. I'll wait until after this play.
I formation look. 2 receivers will split out for the Jackets, who are trying to get something going offensively at minute 32 in the 3rd. Crawley, play action pass, throws over the middle, and it might have been tipped at the line. It was short hop into Brent Nesbitt. He threw it right through some traffic. Incomplete.
Well, let's go ahead and recap that. 13 plays. I tell you, every time they get the football, they keep it for a long time. 61 yards, 5 minutes, 58 seconds off the clock. Rob Martin to none other than Kyle Simmons for the 4-yard touchdown. Pearce now on top, 37-10. 1 minute, 27 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Anthony Hines, a receiver in motion. He's going to get the carry, and he wishes he didn't. Boy, they had that one sniffed out. Alex Kessler said, "Come here, big boy."
Yeah, they lost about 5 yards on that. It's going to mark it all the way back to the 39-yard line.
You know, and again, we're talking about
33.
youngsters. You have to sell that play by, I guess, your speed of going in motion, like you're really going in motion. And Kessler picked up on the key and said he's not running fast enough to be going truly in motion.
2 out of 8 on 3rd down.
2 out of 8 on 3rd downs for Denison, and this is going to be a quick hitter out to Ronnie Powell. He's going to catch it and pick up a couple of yards on the flare pass out on the right flat, and it'll be punting time again.
That play is designed to have some blockers out in front of you.
They weren't there.
Yeah, you've got to have Mr. Will Crawley was out there supposed to be blocking somebody, but both of the Pearce Mustangs were right in the face of Ronnie Powell as soon as he caught the ball. And now Powell looks to be shaken up a little bit, holding his left arm. I don't know if he'll stay in the game. I guess he will.
You know, that's one thing that we have not had this year, fortunately, is any injury problems. James Butler, his last punt attempt was an adventure as the snap went over his head and out of the back of the end zone. He kicked it out for a safety. This time the Mustangs come, and Jamie Butler has to pull up and run. He's to the 30, he's to the 35, to the 40, and he's not going to get the first down. Again, somebody let somebody through. It was not a bad snap this time, but somebody came untouched into Butler's face. He did the only thing he could do. The punt was blocked. If he kicks the football, he tried to get a first down, and he just didn't have any blockers.
You know, and Butler showed some speed there also. One more tackler out of the way, and he probably could have got the first down.
We're heading to the 4th, 37-10. The Mustangs lead. We'll be back in a moment with more Denison High School football.
Handoff to Sowen. He's running right, then left to the 30, to the 25, corralled from behind and slung down at the 15-yard line on 1st and 10 from the 42. And I'll tell you what, Bobby Reyes had better not agree to play the Yellow Jackets next year. I think this is not going to sit well with Bob Brown. The first teamers still in. This game, we're in the 4th quarter now, 37-10, and all the starters are still in, and it looks like the Mustangs trying to put the pasting on right now. Kyle Simmons is still in the ball game.
Hey, Brian Adams is here. Sat down right in front of us.
The rock grouper, the former Denison football player.
I think it's the former wideout that used to play here.
A handoff to Sowen, running right, then left, plowing his way to the goal line. Touchdown from 12 yards out, and this one's getting ugly.
Wow.
43-10.
8 possessions, 6 touchdowns.
8 offensive possessions tonight for the Mustangs, and 6 of them have gone for touchdowns.
That's ugly.
And one of the 2 that didn't was a fumble that the Jackets returned for a touchdown. The Mustangs have not punted tonight. Beathard on for the PAT. It would make it a 44-10 game with 11:24 left. And Beathard punches it through the uprights, kind of a low snap, didn't matter. The kick's good, 11:24 left in the 4th, 44-10. Don't go anywhere. We got more Denison High School football coming back right after this timeout. Well, let's hold that thought as Beathard pooches another one up, and it's going to be taken by Howard Jackson, I believe. He's up to the 30, 35, and he gets tackled at the 37-yard line. Is that Howard? Yes, it is.
Nope, that's Robert.
That's Robert. He fooled me again.
Quite a bit of that came on the 2 snaps over the head.
Let's talk about something here. Last week, on the first possession the Greenville Lions had, they fumbled the football at the 18-yard line. The Jackets punched it in for a touchdown, and they had a 7-0 lead. Tonight, the Jackets get a touchdown on a fumble return. Eliminate those 2 fumble returns, and even with if you eliminate those 2 fumble returns, there has not been a sustained Yellow Jacket drive for a touchdown in nearly 2 games. This is Pritchard running ahead across the 40-yard line to the 46, where he'll be tackled. And that's a good gain on first down. 6, nearly 7, now call it 8 yards. 2nd down and short upcoming for the Jackets. 10:58 to go in the game. The Mustangs, well, they're going to be 4-0 in 10 minutes and 53 seconds. The Yellow Jackets are going to be 1-4, an unbelievable 1-4 at the conclusion of non-district play. Crawley up under center, I formation, look one man wide to the left, and this is going to be a handoff. Anthony Hines running up the middle, 45 to the 50, and he's tackled after getting the first down.
Some of the backups now coming in for the Jackets. Trey Strickland checked in on that play.
First down for the Yellow Jackets.
We'll see. We'll try to call all the names that we can of some of the guys switching in and out. As now Will Crawley comes back in. I think they're alternating plays out of that slot back position.
About the only thing in question is whether Kyle Simmons is going to get 200 yards receiving tonight. He's got 187. That's right, 187 in receiving yards tonight. Offset I formation, handoff Hines running left, trying to find a block, can't find it. Got tackled after about a yard gain. 2nd and 9 upcoming.
You know, that's not a lot doing on that play, but the good thing is Mr. Anthony Hines is still running hard as he pounded it up right through the middle that time, and that's something we just didn't see early on in the season. And I think that is maturity from the sophomore.
Well, the coach is apparently beginning to recognize that. The pasting is on in Sherman, 31-6 Sherman over Sulphur Springs in the 4th. Our score, 44-10 Pearce, the For Real Mustangs over the Yellow Jackets. Toss to Hines, heading left, up to the 45, still going to the 40, and tackled after a first down gain. Hines is, in my book, it definitely appears to be the starting tailback now. He's getting most of the reps.
That's a 10-yard gain there, and he looked real nice on there. Real shifty.
Here's a thought for you. When was the last time that we would be halfway through the regular season and a Denison tailback had not gone over 100 yards?
It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
Well, probably about as long as
a Denison team started 1-4, which was back in 1979.
Maybe Hines can get across the century mark tonight. We'll see. It's going to be Pritchard on the handoff. Tough running up the middle. Got a yard and then carried 3 people for an extra 2 yards. So 2nd and 7 coming up. 9:16 to go in the game. The depressing news for Yellow Jacket fans, the score is 44-10 for the Mustangs. The good news for Yellow Jacket fans, this is the last non-district tune-up, and the slate gets wiped clean. The guys get a week off to lick their wounds and figure a few things out, come back at it against Denton right here at Munson Stadium 2 weeks from tonight.
That's when it all counts.
Yeah, none of these count. Just keep that in mind. Playoffs are still a very real possibility for the Jackets. Pritchard on the toss up to the 35, still going to the 30, plows his way over the 30-yard line, and we've got a Yellow Jacket slow to get up. That's Will Crawley, and he is real slow to get up.
Pritchard was trying to read his block, got a nice block out there. I believe that was maybe Anthony Hines might have been the big tight end.
I think Will Crawley's got a cramp trying to shake off. He's going to check out along with Trent Mahana. Checking into the ballgame, Christian Brown and Brenton Nesbitt. The ball at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 Denison from the 25 of the Pearce Mustangs. 8:32 to go in the football game. 44-10, the Mustangs leading. Draw play to Hines, sidesteps a tackle. Still going, trying to sidestep 5 tacklers. Couldn't do it. I do like Hines' attitude running in traffic tonight. He is certainly not avoiding the punishment. He tried to sidestep a tackler, saw it wasn't going to happen, and just lowered the shoulder and tried to get what he could.
Well, one of the guys ran right by him. It was a very nice play from the very beginning, and then the door kind of closed on him.
Loss of 3 brings up 2nd and 12, or loss of 2 rather, 2nd and 12. Hines in the backfield along with Pritchard. And Crawley, he's going to throw. It's going to be tipped and incomplete.
That's twice tonight that they've been able to get their paws up and knock the ball down.
Well, we've seen a little bit of everything offensively from the Jackets this season. We've seen the 5-wide spread offense, seen the I formation. We've seen not really the veer, but kind of a look-alike, split back play tonight a couple of times. Now we see the tight right I formation look, and this is Hines on the carry, heading right, leaping a tackler, and getting inside the 20-yard line.
Nice run by Anthony Hines once again.
Check Hines' statistics momentarily, see what he's got rushing on the night. That was a pickup of 7, I believe, all the way to the 20-yard line. It'll set up 4th down and 5 from the 20, and trailing 44-10. The Jackets are certainly going to go for it here. 7:22 to go in the game. Crawley, he has Hines and Pritchard split behind him on 4th and 5. Pritchard gets the toss, heads left, he turns the shoulder, lowers his head, and I think, yes indeed, he's got the 1st down at the 10-yard line as the Jackets try to get their 2nd touchdown of the night, the 1st offensive touchdown of the night. A 43-yard Howard Jackson fumble recovery and touchdown return is the lone touchdown of the night. And speaking of Anthony Hines, 12 carries for 52 yards on the night for the sophomore tailback. That's about as good as the Yellow Jacket tailbacks had all season in a single game. We'll have to check that momentarily.
Well, he had 1 carry for 63 yards a couple of weeks ago. so
he's closing in on the season high. It is 1st and 10 at the 11. Denison can get a 1st down between the 2 and the 1 yard line. 1st and 10 from the 11. They've got to get to the 1 for the 1st and goal. Crawley, he stumbled coming out from under center, throws in the end zone. There is no flag as the receiver tried to come back. There's the flag as Christian Brown turned around and tried to catch the ball. It was thrown on a rope to him, but he was absolutely uncovered.
Yeah, it was Taylor Wolf was the
hit him in the back.
Cornerback out there, and it hit him right square in the back in between the 2 and the 1. He wears the number 21.
Did I say uncovered? I meant covered up. He was just blanketed.
Yeah, he was very covered up.
That's what you call face guarding.
Face guarding, chest guarding, arm guarding, leg guarding. He was guarding. He couldn't do anything.
Nose hair guarding.
I was fixing to get a little upset if they didn't call that flag because that was just pretty doggone obvious.
One thing that we have seen tonight, Lynn, the good thing that can come out of this for Denison's offense anyway is that Pritchard and Hines have really established themselves on the running game, and those two guys have had a really great
for
game.
Half the distance of the goal, they just set it at the 2.
The ball spotted at the 2-yard line. First and goal at the 2. Denison in the red zone this year. 6 touchdowns in 15 trips, and this is going to be Jackson getting the toss to the goal line. He did not crack it. He got to the 1-yard line, and that is going to be Howard Jackson on the carry. Robert Jackson, they did it again. They're both wearing those flaps tonight.
Yep.
They lost the yard.
That's what I did earlier on that kick return. I thought it was Howard Jackson. It was Robert.
They're going to say his knee actually hit the turf as he was trying to run forward. And it's a loss back to the 3. So second and goal from the 3. 6:25 to go in the game. Power eye, too tight set. And this is going to be a handoff inside. Stick it in the end zone. Put it on the scoreboard. It's been a long time coming, but touchdown Denison. Brian Pritchard, bam, bam, plows his way into the end zone from 3 yards out with 6:17 to go, and the Jackets have, well, at least licked their wounds a little bit. 44-16 is the score. And that was a nice drive by the Yellow Jackets. Swinging gate formation. There, I'll get it out. As Brent Nesbitt and Rusty Smith await. I believe that's Trent Mahana in there snapping. It is Trent Mahana. And we'll see if the Jackets go for 2. They are going to. Nesbitt one hops the snap, throws to the end zone, and Mahana, the center, it was behind him. He was open as he snapped the ball and tried to catch the ball in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. It is incomplete. It was 6:17 to go in the game. We've got a 44-16 score. Timeout on the field. 44-16. Pearce leading Denison in the 4th. Yellow Jacket football continues in a moment. Jamie Butler gets the signal, and is this going to be the onside? Yes, it is. Bounds it at the 45. It's going to be covered by Todd Pinkston at the 48-yard line, so the Mustangs will get a 1st and 10. How about after that Cable One kickoff, how about an American Bank of Texas scoring drive recap?
Well, that one actually was pretty nice for the Jackets. 12 plays, 73 yards, took 5 minutes, 2 seconds off the clock. And it was finally Bam Bam Pritchard who goes in from 3 yards out, and that cuts the lead now. 6 minutes, 13 seconds left to go in this game. Pearce on top, 44-16 after the try for the PAT 2-point conversion and failed.
Number 1's the quarterback.
Todd Pinkston is going to be the new quarterback, and don't see Simmons, so it looks like his night is through. New faces all across the board for the Mustangs, leading 44-16. Handoff to the new tailback, nowhere to run, and the Jackets swarm and take down Stephen Collins, the backup running back. It'll be a loss of about 1 or no gainer back to the line of scrimmage. Clock running. 6 minutes to go. Don't forget tomorrow morning the Red River High School football update, 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30 with Jason Smith right here at 93.1 FM KMKT. You can hear all the highlights from tonight's game and the games around the area. Again, 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30 right here on Katy Country. 2nd and 10, the ball at the 48-yard line. 5:37 to go in the football game. 44-16. The Pearce Mustangs, they're for real, folks. They're heading to 4-0 on the year. Very good football team. This is a handoff. Collins running right, then up the middle, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and wrestled backwards. Welcome, Sherman Bearcat fans who are tuning in from our sister station, 97.5. Sherman has disposed of Sulphur Springs, 31-6, the final score from Bearcat Stadium tonight. Big surprise this year in North Texas. The Bearcats, a lot of folks didn't give them a whole lot of hope to do a whole lot this year as far as being undefeated. They're 4-0.
If you'd have told me before the season that Sherman would be 4-0 and Denison would be 1-4, I would have probably laughed you out the door.
Here we go, 3rd down.
And yet that is the reality of the moment.
Here it is, 3rd down.
3rd down.
10 for 10
10
on the
for
line.
10 is the conversion percentage tonight for the Mustangs. Do they make it 11 for 11? Fisher running to the right. He turns it up. Yes, indeed. It is 11 for 11. Fisher 40-35 down the sidelines and out of bounds at the 28.
Oh.
I don't believe this. 4:35 to go.
This is
If anybody
unbelievable.
just tuned in, you might feel
11 for 11. That's the 3rd down conversion mark that the Pearce Mustangs offense has put on the board tonight.
It has been very, very ugly so far
And
if you're a Jacket fan.
Fisher got the conversion that time. I think all the 10 other times
It was the Rob Martin.
No, Fisher had one run.
Kyle Simmons hookup. I'm told there was one other time that Fisher got
But there's a
the
hole.
run. Wait a minute. There's a penalty flag on the far sideline, and guess what?
It's still going to be third down.
Still going to be third down.
They're just going to have another crack at
So
it.
they're going to have another crack at making it 11 out of 11.
But now it's 3rd and 3.
But it's only 3rd and 3 after the mark-off, so I think their odds are pretty good.
4:35 left in this football game. Pearce on top, 44-16. It's been ugly if you're just now tuning in.
Well, it's been the Rob Martin, Kyle Simmons show. They've been a two-man wrecking crew. Denison has just not had an answer tonight for number 6, the receiver, number 8, the quarterback. Todd Pinkston, the backup quarterback in, 3rd down and 3. 10 for 10 in 3rd down conversions. This is going to be Stevens getting the handoff, and he's going to be close to making it 11 out of 11.
I think he did.
It's Collins, rather, Stephen Collins on the carry. They may have to measure for it, but if he got it, it is 11 out of 11 third down conversions tonight.
It's going to be very, very close. Let's check down.
They're going to measure.
Grayson County area-wide, man, you hadn't hit it right yet tonight, so what do you think?
Nope, they're not even going to measure.
Well, yeah, they're not even going to measure right here. It's they did not make it.
Yeah,
They did make it.
Well, see, I can't get them right. It doesn't matter. Does not.
We've been noticing, trust me.
That's a $10 deduction of pay.
Yes.
Jason Smith.
We'll send it to the Red Cross.
There we go.
Well, what a great job they're doing.
11 for 11.
Wow.
This is-
11
this
for
is starting
11.
to
That is
get-
just incredible, man. I've never seen such.
I haven't either. Todd Pinkston, the backup quarterback in the game, hands it off. Stephen Collins running right, look out, running up the middle to the 35 and upended at the 30. If he had been able to maintain his footing, he was off to the end zone with 3:49 to go in the game. 44-16. At one point in the second quarter, it was 10-7 Denison. And the Mustangs have just rolled since that point in time.
Well, they also showed that they can convert on first down as well as they move the sticks on that play. A gain of 10. 1st and 10, Pearce.
1st and 10, Pearce from the 30. Jackets trying to stiffen up and keep them out of the end zone. Todd Pinkston, the backup quarterback. And it's going to be it's going to be Pinkston. He breaks a tackle to the 25, rumbling to the 20, down to the 15 as he broke 2 tackles. Frustration and fatigue is setting in on the Denison side of things. A lot of sophomores on the black and gold side against a whole lot of seniors.
You wonder when the last time Denison has given up 50 points in a game. If they don't stop them here,
It's been a long time.
it will be 5-0. 3 minutes, 10 seconds, and counting to go in this game. We wondered if Denison would get the ball back, and it's just a matter of whether Pearce can score quickly enough.
3 minutes to go in the game, 44-16. The Mustangs cruising to win number 4. It'll be a perfect 4-0 and a force to be reckoned with in the Metroplex. The Yellow Jackets stuffed the gap right there and stopped Stephen Collins for a loss, actually. Raymond Smith on the stop for the Yellow Jackets, plugged the hole and grabbed the running back. 2:37 and counting. Don't forget, the Jackets have the week off next Friday night. 2 weeks from tonight, back here at Munson Stadium, they'll open defense of their District 9 4A title by hosting the Denton Broncos.
Next week, we'll go ahead and invite you to listen to our sister station, KLAK. They'll have the Sherman game on. Bob Sullins and crew, they do a great job over there for the Bearcat game. So even though you're a Yellow Jacket fan, go ahead and listen to those Bearcats a little bit.
This is going to be Stephen Collins getting the handoff, and he slips. If he doesn't slip, there's a late flag. Not sure what that's going to be. Could be a late hit or a face mask. If Collins doesn't slip, he's deep inside the 10-yard line. Might be a hold against the Mustangs.
Yeah, it's a hold.
With 2:03 to go in the game. 44-16. Don't go anywhere after the game. We've got our Yellow Jacket post-game report, including our digital solutions star of the game.
Man.
Hey,
And, I'm going to throw my vote out there right now. Anthony Hines. He's been about the lone bright spot tonight.
Well, Rusty Schmitz had that long field goal. He's
Yeah,
now
right.
probably in the top 10,
Richard's
maybe.
got 77 yards.
You just taught me into it. Rusty Smith.
I think Rusty Schmitz may be.
Third longest field goal in school history.
Down 19 for the Mustangs.
Mustangs are backed up 2nd and 19 on the 24. of the Yellow Jackets. The Stangs up 44-16 in a rout over Denison. The senior-laden ball club against the sophomore-laden ball club. And it'll be Collins spinning for about 5 yards. Sets up third down. Well, they're 11 for 11. Does the streak come to an end with $1:35 to go in the game?
They're going to have to get about 17
Well,
yards in order to do it. Yeah, that's true.
They converted.
I think it could be 3rd and 99, and they would convert.
Don't say that. 1:21 to go in the game. And here we go. The streak is on the line. 11 straight conversions on third down for the Stangs. Pinkston is going to hand it off to his tailback, Stephen Collins, but you can add another 5 to the 17 because a lineman jumped to the left side. So I think the streak might come to an end here. But 11 out of 12 is a pretty good percentage, no matter how you cut it.
Yes, it is.
Hey, don't forget Tuesday night on Cable Channel 30, it is the Cable One replay of tonight's game. And KMKT, yours truly, providing the audio, the video provided by our good friends over at Cable One. And that is at 6:30 every Tuesday night throughout the season.
Is that the guy they call Michael Jordan?
Yes.
You know, he's not making a comeback. He's been in Cable One the whole time.
Yeah, how's he going to do both jobs? 11 for 11, the streak's on the line. 3rd and 22. Pinkston hands it off to the tailback, Stephen Collins. And guess what, folks? Unless there's a hanky, the streak, and guess what? There is a penalty marker on the field. If it's against Denison, the Mustangs still have a chance to keep their third down conversion streak alive.
Flag on the field.
They're sorting it out. They're still talking about it. Well, they're talking to, looks like,
holding
the Mustangs.
Against the Mustangs, and I believe Denison's going to decline it. No, they're going to accept it. 50 seconds to go in the game. It got out of hand right about halftime. It was 10-7 Denison as we began the second quarter. Boy, that seems like a long time ago.
Very long time ago.
From that point on, it was the Rob Martin, Kyle Simmons show. Martin, 16 of 22 for 225 yards. Kyle Simmons, his go-to guy receiving, 12 receptions for 187 yards.
Maybe they want to work on
Hey, it's not 3rd and 99, but it is 3rd and 29.
Yeah, but the way this night's gone since the second quarter began, they just might get it. Pinkston, the quarterback, Collins behind him. 2 receivers split wide to the right, 1 to the near side. 3rd down and 29 from the 34 of Denison. Pinkston runs the option. He is going to pitch it to Collins, gets it, tries to turn the corner, does so. Look out, he's gone. 15, 10, 5. The streak's alive, and the Stangs are in the end zone. 12 out of 12 on third down conversion.
I cannot believe it.
It is unbelievable, and 50 points have been put up on the Jackets tonight.
This is absolutely unbelievable.
It was a 39-yard touchdown run on the option as Todd Pinkston pitched it to Stephen Collins on 3rd and 29 from the 39.
My goodness.
And Collins found a seam on the sideline, turned the Jets on. All you can do right now is chuckle, I guess.
Well, I'll tell you
wouldn't
right
help
now.
to cry right now.
Coach Bob Brown's not doing anything.
No, he's not. Bethard has put the 51st point on the board as the PAT is good, and with 20 seconds to go.
Robert Jackson, number 13.
20 seconds left to go in this game. We talked about it, wondering if Denison would actually get the ball back when Pearce took over a moment ago, and it was 6 minutes to go in the game, and here they are with 20 seconds getting the ball back. Pearce, every time they've got the football, put together a big, long drive and have scored.
Well, you got to feel for Coach Bob Brown and his staff and these players because they certainly didn't want this to happen tonight. Ronnie Powell gets it at the 15. He's up to the 20-yard line, attacking the 21 with 14 seconds to go in the football game. The score is 51-16. The Mustangs are very much for real. If there were any questions about how good this football team was, they've answered them in spades tonight. As long as Rob Martin and Kyle Simmons and Stephen Sowen can stay healthy, this is a very, very good football team that has a lot of potential to play a long time this season.
Very potent offense they display.
Very good defense, too. Crawley from the shotgun, 12 seconds to go. Going to launch one downfield. His little brother's wide open, caught it 50 to the 45, and he's tackled at the 41 with 6 seconds to go in the game.
That's the play last week. If they could have connected on that one, would have been a touchdown against Greenville.
Not once, but twice.
Yeah, twice. And could have turned that game around big time.
38 yards.
38-yard reception from Crawley to Crawley. Crawley squared is what we're calling that this year. Jackets call a timeout. We'll burn one with them. 6 seconds to go. 51-16. Stangs in the lead. Back in a moment with more Denison High School football.
Get ready. Go.
Final play of the game. Crawley, 1st and 10 from the Stang 40. 6 seconds to go. Back to pass. Steps up. Throws on the run. Got a man over the middle. Caught. Will Crawley inside the 5. Tackled at the 1. But the clock has expired. Will Crawley stopped 3 yards shy of a touchdown from his older brother. And the clock is run to triple zeros